Stadium in Santa Clara, California. It's a special prime time edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Brendan McManus to kick off for Denver.
Now the kicker is about ready to get us started. And we are underway from Santa Clara. Fielded in the end zone. And look at this. Right away, a loose football. It's picked up by the Broncos.
Recovered by the kicking team.
As that ball got away from him, and he saw the opposing team recover it.
You felt his pain?
Oh, I felt his pain, and you know what was going through his head. Tuck it away. Take care of the ball. All the things he hears all week in practice, he didn't carry it over into the game.
And this is one of those bang-bang plays, Charles. They'll come out with a 3 tight end look on the first play of the drive. They'll run for the first time with Raheem Mostert. And he will fight his way forward to about the 23-yard line.
The tackle made.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instinct. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. Still 9 remaining on second down. A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
George Kittle is easily one of the elite tight ends in the NFL. Back-to-back seasons of 88 and 85 catches. We just saw another one right there. Anytime he lines up on the field, you better treat him as a primary receiver and make sure you have a second guy in the vicinity to try and cover him.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
The tackle made at the 44-yard line. A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 9.
2nd and 9 from the 44.
Gun. 11.
From the gun, it's Garoppolo. Completes it to the tight end, Kittle.
Garoppolo's pass.
4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
That's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 5.
I got this. Heavy on the edges. Mike 40. 21. Here we go.
Snap comes at 1. Garoppolo. And that will be incomplete.
Garoppolo's pass intended for Deebo Samuel.
That's a pretty good opening possession defensively.
And you know the goal is to make something of a statement, especially on the road with your first defensive possession, isn't it? Go right out and establish yourselves and let them know this is going to be tough going all game long.
So on 4th down, here's the Australia native Mitch Wishnowsky to punt this one away. Yards that time on the punt, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs
at their own 17-yard line.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. first down. Lock. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
That was a nice job defensively of disguising their coverage and making it difficult for the quarterback to lock in on a receiver, and it results in an incomplete pass.
Second and 10. Throwing again. Lock. Open man, that's Noah Fant, the tight end. And he's got this almost to the 40 before going out. A gain there of 21 yards.
First down, Denver.
Boy, the evolution of the game and how these guys on plays like that can get out of the pocket, keep plays alive, it just makes things so much harder for defenses.
It really does, and we're talking about an era in the game where the quarterbacks are the most athletically gifted that we've seen in a bunch. I mean, when you talk about collectively, it's unbelievable. So their ability to move is practiced now. It's not necessarily, oh, he just took off and you guys figure it out. When he takes off, everyone knows where to go now. They know how to run routes, change things, make themselves presentable for the quarterback. It's a lot of time that they put in on it. It's not just your static 1, 2, 3. This is where the ball goes anymore.
They'll run for the first time with Phillip Lindsay. There he goes, right side. And all the way home for a Bronco score.
Touchdown.
Phillip Lindsay, 61 yards. And the Broncos have taken the early lead.
Brendan McManus lining up.
Sometimes running plays hit or break so fast, there's no reaction time from the secondary. So I've got to give credit to the offensive line for creating that hole so suddenly. And how decisive was he to take that cut and just go. No one downfield there to stop him.
Brendan McManus to kick off for Denver.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And he returns.
The Niners take over first and 10. At their own 22.
Back out there comes the 49ers offense ready for their second drive and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not pump the ball again.
They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
As a linebacker, you're taught to stay just slightly behind the ball carrier just in case he makes a cutback. But when you find the gap, shoot it. And he found it all right. Took it straight into the backfield and made the tackle for a loss.
A play fake for Mostert. Now Garoppolo lines up and lets it go for Samuel. And that is caught one-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. Samuel. A big play there for the Niners. 56 yards. Well, it's one thing to grab it with one hand, but when you make a catch of that distance, quite another.
Yes, sir. I mean, that one right there, we keep talking about the high-flying antics that we're seeing from receivers nowadays. Doesn't matter what spot they start in. But when it actually does happen in the heat of battle, brings me right out of my seat.
And he stopped immediately there. Tackled by Bradley Chubb, the number 5 pick in the 2018 draft. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Hey, gun. 40's Mike right there. 40's Mike. Watch 21.
Delay of game, offense.
And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5.
Still second down.
And now after the delay of game, they're operating behind the sticks, 2nd and 15.
I got you. 11.
Working from the gun, Garoppolo. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. A.J. Boye with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
At their own 2-yard line.
So now the second drive offensively coming up for the Denver Broncos. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. And look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
And now look at him go. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. 10. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Phillip Lindsay, 98 yards. And the Broncos able to show off their quick strike ability.
Lining up for the extra point.
And a pair of rushing touchdowns now for him in the first quarter.
And I'm liking what I'm seeing from his big guys up front because they're winning the leverage game. How many times we talk about low man wins, right? Move the defensive front aside, create those gaps and holes. He's found his way through them for 2 touchdowns.
And after both of those touchdowns, he went right up to that O-line and hit each of them on the helmet. He recognized it.
That's a smart man. You know what else he should do? If this continues, take them all to dinner.
And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25.
25-yard line.
Set to take over again here on offense, Jimmy G and the 49ers. And he had to be pleased at the start of the last drive. The offense was moving, but certainly not pleased at the end result, an interception.
And every team we ever talk to at some point in the conversation, the coach, player, someone talks about, you know, we've got to finish. We've got to finish off drives, finish off the game. There's an example there of not finishing, doing everything right, but not getting the result that you need.
He'll rifle this one deep. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down. Here's 2nd and 10. Garoppolo. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. A.J. Boye with a pick. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line.
They'll take over 1st and 10 at the 28-yard line.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. Lock now on 1st down. Over the middle, complete. That's Spencer. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
49ers, nothing.
6 yards left on 2nd down. From the gun, it's Locke. And the pass is caught. Touchdown, Denver. Jerry Jeudy.
Touchdown.
Jerry Jeudy there to make the grab. And the Broncos will extend their lead. Boy, so if you are scoring at home, Charles, and God bless you if you are, but that's now 3 drives and 3 touchdowns.
So in a baseball game, wouldn't that wreak havoc on your scorecard?
Yeah.
I mean, with all the action that's happening now, how they got here, whatever cliche you want to bring into it, they're locked into a groove, they're clicking on all cylinders. Bottom line, they're piling up the points.
Taken about 7 yards deep. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
Take over 1st and 10. At their own 19-yard line.
Raheem Mostert and the Niner offense getting the football back. He's just been looking for some space. You know, I'm not going to pin it on him or the offensive line, but they need to get this run game going better.
Sometimes you just have to credit the defense. They came in with a plan themselves. So I think now you try and mix things up a little bit. Get the ball in the hands of some other people, find some other playmakers, but always let the defense believe that he's still a threat.
I was going to say, don't forget about it.
No, don't take him totally out of the game.
That 1st down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Now Garoppolo. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete.
Garoppolo's pass.
A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
That's a gain of 6. Brings up 3rd and 1.
Let's go, let's bring it. Mike's foot. Come on, baby. I'm coming.
Garoppolo to throw on 3rd and 1. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Defense was thinking run, and they're dealt a pass of just under 20 yards.
1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Let's go. 40's Mike. 40's Mike.
Throwing on first is Garoppolo. That's caught by his running back, Raheem Mostert. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line.
10 more yards. Complete to Raheem Mostert. 10 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and inches.
Options galore here. 2nd and a few inches.
Mike 40. All day, dog. 19 tight. Hey, gun. He's coming. I smell fear in that offense. One, Omaha. I smell fear in that offense.
Garoppolo again. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. Bradley Chubb. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. That last sack, it puts Garoppolo and the 49ers in a tough spot. They face a 3rd and long. Garoppolo looks to throw. And he finds the tight end, Reed. And this is going to be another 1st down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 43. His first catch of the game, good for 11 and a 1st down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Switch. 40's Mike. Hawk 70. Kill. Go.
From the gun, a run with Mostert. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Mostert, the ball carrier. He's brought down.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
Brings up 2nd and 8.
Here we go.
We remind you that coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will be alongside. He'll have highlights and analysis from Orlando of this first half of action. On 2nd down, Mostert. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. 8th play of the drive forthcoming, and they need 8 yards on 3rd down.
40's the line. Squeeze. Coming. Hey, 40's Mike right there. 40's Mike.
To throw, it's Garoppolo. He finds his man. It's Austin. And this is going to be another 1st down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 23. 18 yards, 1st down Niners.
3-yard line.
Garoppolo now, 1st down throw. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line.
Intercepted by the Broncos. They'll take over.
Partner's bad enough when you just can't hold on to the football. But when your quarterback's throwing it to the other team, that's 3 interceptions now, 4 turnovers for the game. You really have no chance to win the football game.
After the turnover, here's Locke. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Spencer. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. 2nd and 4. Locke going to throw. He'll find Lindsey here. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10.
And the Broncos' 1st down.
That was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? 2nd and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the 1st down, and that's exactly what he did.
Man open. He's got it complete to Cortland Sutton. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Cortland Sutton in the final seconds of the first half. And the Broncos will add on to their lead. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
So time enough for a kickoff here. 5 seconds remaining in this first half. Taken about 7 yards deep. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. And okay, so much for our halftime break. Apparently we're going to get right back to it.
To kick off for San Francisco.
Broncos with a lead, and they will be receiving this kickoff here as quarter 3 is underway. Taken about 7 yards deep, and Spencer will elect to not bring it out here. It's a touchback. Out there to start their next drive, Phillip Lindsay and the Broncos. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And last time out, another touchdown. And I think there may be some empty seats around here by the time the fourth quarter comes around.
Yeah, I have to agree with you because this one's just about decided. But you know who benefits from all those empty seats? You and me, trying to get to the airport.
That's
the road
true.
to be fairly clear
That is
by the
one
time we have to leave the booth.
Incomplete.
One of the great coaches said football is really a simple game. Rush theirs, protect yours. And he's talking about those guys throwing the football. In this situation, the rush won, hitting the quarterback and forcing him into an incompletion.
And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Ball carrier.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game. And while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
Throwing his lock on third down. He's got a man. It's Sutton that's complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40.
It's a gain of 35.
Give him 35 yards there on the third down conversion. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Shotgun snap and a give to Lindsay. They find some open field here. And he'll be out of bounds. 38 yards on the scamper there.
1st and goal, Denver.
They went with the nickel look defensively, so they had 5 defensive backs in there. Didn't help them stop the run.
Yeah, I love that, the nickel look. 5 cents, 5 DBs. But what also happens then? You take a big body off the field in order to insert that guy. So you're taking a big off for a little. And oftentimes you can run the football.
And he'll get in. Touchdown, Denver.
Melvin Gordon, the ball carrier.
Melvin Gordon taking it in. And the Broncos add on.
For the extra point.
Nice job of polishing off that drive, but all the credit there goes to that play prior.
Yeah, it certainly does, because after that big play, I think resistance almost felt futile at that point, didn't it? And the very next play, they come right back, quick, fast, and in a hurry, and put it in the end zone.
And this carries into the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there.
1st and 10 at their own 20.
Here's a look at the 49ers offense as they make their way out for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. A.J. Boye with a pick. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown.
That was a nice catch, and not by the guy you thought it was going to be. How about the defender turning into an offensive player as soon as the ball hits his hands, and off he goes, off to the races, and into the end zone.
Extra point from McManus is good, and that will extend this big lead.
Brandon McManus to kick off for Denver.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. This will make it into the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards.
Take over first and 10 at their own 20.
San Francisco set to go on offense once more. And they just had that pick six. I guess the only positive maybe of them returning that for a touchdown. This offense right back out onto the field to try to make up for it.
I like that because now it doesn't give them a chance to go to the bench and really settle, to sit there and kind of seethe over the idea that they turned the ball over previously. Right back out there, it's almost like hopping right back on the bike after falling over. See if they can get the ball moving again.
Yeah, we'll see if they can do it. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Raheem Mostert, 79 yards. And the Niners, they eat in just a bit to this sizable deficit. They've done a good job of holding him down in the first half, but he explodes for a big one right there.
Yeah, I've got an image in my head of him being surrounded by a bunch of people, really, with ropes and other things trying to keep him locked in. But eventually they got tired too, and just as you noted, he broke out.
And it's a guy that usually you can only keep down for so long. So they get one score back, but still a long ways to go here in this third quarter. So they hit pay dirt on just one play. The long run, the scamper, and a very nice scamper into the end zone for the touchdown.
Mitch Wishnowsky to kick off for San Francisco.
Here is Wishnowsky to boot it away following the touchdown. Taken in the end zone. And Spencer will elect to not bring it out here. It's a touchback.
Their own 25-yard line.
The Broncos about set to go on offense. Still comfortably on top third quarter as they start things here with a 1st and 10. Locke and the Broncos going to come up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. He'll start things with a handoff to Lindsey. He'll have a first down past the 40. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score.
Touchdown.
Philip Lindsey, 75 yards. And this offense is running away with this one.
Brandon McManus lining up for the extra.
I don't think you can get any more efficient or tidy, whatever word you want to use than that, man. One play, 75 yards, end zone.
Yeah, efficient, tidy, excellent words. How about explosive? 75 yards, one play. That means everyone handled their assignment, doesn't it? It doesn't just mean that the defense broke down. They really executed the way that was drawn up on the whiteboard. Big-time play, big-time result.
This taken in about 4 yards deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Austin on the return. 1st and 10. at their own 20.
And San Francisco gets set to go here. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. Again, they'll run it with Mostert. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
The ball carrier. He was brought down by Vaughn Miller. It's a gain of 2. Brings up 3rd and 5.
Looking to throw. Garoppolo. And he took the contact as he was throwing it, and the ball drops incomplete.
I'm getting the sense that this offense is getting frustrated. Here we are into the 3rd quarter, and they've had plenty of opportunities to get in sync. Thus far, that hasn't happened. They're looking for answers both on the sidelines and in the huddle looking at each other.
21. He's not going to get me.
They do go for it. It's Garoppolo. And it is incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Broncos are going to get the football back in great field position. So the defense has to stay out and get one more stop. They were able to do it, forcing the incompletion.
So on their record, that goes down as a successful play. Doesn't matter how they got there, how it happened. They got it done. They're the ones that are jubilant.
Let's go. 61. Matchbox. Light.
On 1st and 10, here's Locke. Screen pass to Lindsey. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20.
Locke's pass.
7 yards there on the first down screen play.
Out of bounds at the 19-yard line. A 7-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 3.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
Hey, check Mike 32. Fellas, let's go. Yes. Check 33.
Shotgun snap to Locke. And he almost intercepted it. They haven't picked a ball off yet. That probably should have been their first. And it's 3rd down now. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Locke working out of the gun. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-rounder Jimmy Ward. And a great return as he takes us up just shy of the 45.
Boy, Brandon, that's what I'd call an ill-advised pass right there on 3rd down. I mean, you just need a yard or 2 to keep the drive going. Instead, he's trying to hit a home run. You've got to really like your chances if you're going to take a shot like that.
They'll start on the ground with Mostert. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
43-yard line.
Let's go. Let's get this ball back for the offense. Let's go. 40's Mike. 40's Mike. Rip right. Rip right. Hey, gun. 11.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. He's going to get this to Austin complete.
Garoppolo's pass.
It's got to be so tough having the ball in the middle of the field like that, knowing that a linebacker is just waiting to make a big tackle like we just saw.
Oh, no doubt about it, because offense coordinators love to call plays to send receivers into the middle of the field. And linebackers, they want to naturally discourage those plays from being called.
Back now here in Santa Clara. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. The Niners on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. And they'll get this on the screen to Mostert. And to the 49-yard line, but no further. And obviously he is well short of the first. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high-percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
Garoppolo going to go on 4th down. Taking a shot for Samuel. And that is incomplete, but there is a flag. And on 4th down, this is a big call. Well, you won't hear any boos from this home crowd on that call.
No, not at all. And it's been a long day for this crowd waiting for this game. It's been a long evening as well. Finally, they feel they got a call.
Here's Mostert. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. Raheem Mostert, his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Niners take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in.
Well, I do have one word for that touchdown for you, partner. You ready?
Yeah.
Cosmetics.
Just makes things look a little better. I don't know. It's like putting lipstick on a pig.
Yeah, and it's hard to do, too. And the pig doesn't like the lipstick a heck of a lot, but you do like the fact that they're battling down the stretch, still trying to put something on the board, even though this game is over.
By the way, how rude is that to the pig? Look at all the things they give us. Pulled pork, bacon.
To kick off for San Francisco.
Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. And this carries into the end zone. And Spencer will elect to not bring it out here. It's a touchback.
Their own 25-yard line.
Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. We've got a lopsided game here. I don't know, Charles, what does the handbook say that we discuss when we've got a game like this in the fourth quarter?
Hold on a second. Let me thumb to the proper page on that. Know what it says?
What?
Let's discuss how we got here. This is a dominant performance, where they took control of this game, how they managed to keep control of this game, and then we go ahead and think about how we're going to leave here and get to the airport. In a lopsided blowout, the roads are usually open.
They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. And they'll work from the 29 on 2nd and 6.
Yard line.
51 to mine. 51. Blue dog corker. Blue dog corker. You're not ready. Slam, slam, slam.
Operating from the gun. Block. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. From the gun, Locke. And that is incomplete. Great coverage there all around. Really didn't have many options to throw the football.
Very little chance that that one was going to be completed. Every receiver was locked up.
The Broncos.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. That's pulled in at the 32. A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. And the Niners set up well. They take over 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. San Francisco set to go on offense once more.
And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch-counter-punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, get into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go.
You love pressure.
I love it.
Let's see if they dial it up this drive.
Give them 14 on that one and a first down.
2-yard line.
Here's Garoppolo on 1st and 10. He completes it to Nelson. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved into combined 33 yards. This offense can certainly move quickly when they want to. 3 plays, 3 pass completions. In the blink of an eye, they've got a 1st and goal.
Almost felt like a lightning bolt hit in this game, didn't it? For them to get downfield that quickly. And now 1st and goal, expect them to attack right here on this play.
Again, they'll throw with Garoppolo. His pass caught at the 4. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. It'll go as a loss on the play. Not what you need down here. It's going to be 2nd and goal. Throwing again on 2nd down. Garoppolo. And that is caught. So they're going to see this one to the end. They get a score, but pretty much an exercise in futility right now. Still down big.
So much of the 49ers' success last season was due to tight end George Kittle, the NFL's all-pro tight end.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field stands.
It took them an extra look, but they found out it is a touchdown indeed. The official says this one counts. Now Gould for the extra point. And that'll cut the lead down to 28. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it all ends with a George Kittle touchdown.
21. Mitch Wishnowsky to kick off for San Francisco.
Here is Wishnowsky to boot it away following the touchdown. This will make it into the end zone. And Spencer will elect to not bring it out here. It's a touchback.
25-yard line.
We see Drew Lock in the offense coming back on.
He has really been buoyed here by a strong running attack. They've been great on the ground.
And have enjoyed the entire process because oftentimes when you're running the football well, that's much more of a team effort. Everyone has to come together to make it work. Offensive line, wide receivers, the tight ends when they're on the field, maybe an extra running back lead.
And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. Past the 20. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Now, you talk about the dominating rushing performances that you and I have seen together. This has got to be right up there. His 4th touchdown run of the game and another long one to boot.
And I don't need to ask for a witness because you're right here with me. We are watching this, and we're watching such a performance that is demoralizing for anyone on defense. You know, it starts out coaches screaming, tackle him, get him. And after that last touchdown, I'll bet it's pure silence on that side of the ball.
And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. Raheem Mostert and the Niner offense getting the football back.
And in the early going, the running game, as we see the numbers, it just wasn't on point. Well, now it's gotten more true to form.
And sometimes it takes a little while for an offensive line to get in sync because early in a game, defenses throw different patterns at you, different formations, different sets, and you might not block them quite the way you want to. But as you start to get into a groove and you figure out what they're doing, now it all comes together, and that's what we're seeing right now.
That one good for 10 yards. And that'll bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here. In need of only about the length of the football here on 2nd down.
Garoppolo. He's going to let it fly. And my goodness, another interception. A.J. Boye with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They'll actually throw it with Locke. That's going to be caught by Judy. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
Denver.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Locke. Open man Hamler, that's complete. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. Now a 2nd down and 6.
2nd and 6 at the 44-yard line.
Operating from the gun, Locke. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Again, they'll throw with Locke. This is Hamler on the receiving end. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20.
56 right there, 56.
Again, it's Locke. Flushed out right. Got a man open. It's Sutton. Now the Broncos going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. 2nd and 11.
Mike 56, Mike 56. Check. 19 tight. Go. Watch the slant.
A Locke going to throw it here. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. Now the Broncos will use their 3rd and final timeout. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside.
3rd down.
Now Locke again. And he's going to go down. Back near midfield at the 49. D Ford drops him for a loss of 10, and it's going to be 4th and long. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stain.